Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video, I'm going to be comparing an F-150 XLT to an F-150 Lariat. And the reason I'm making this comparison is these trucks are almost the same price with how they're equipped. So that begs the question, do you go XLT or do you go Lariat? Before we get in this video though, a huge shout out and thank you to the Kengar Ford here in American Fork, Utah for giving me some time with both of these trucks. These both are available for sale for the time being. So if you're interested, I'll include a link to that inventory in the description down below. Just ask for Kellen. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. So starting under the hood of the Lariat, we have the standard 3.5 liter twin turbo EcoBoost V6, goes through a 10-speed automatic transmission. It is good for 400 horsepower, 500 pound-feet of torque, with fuel economy being 17 around town and then 23 on the highway. Comparing that with this XLT that has the Power Boost powertrain, which is the twin turbo 3.5 liter V6 paired to a hybrid system and a 10-speed, it puts out 430 horsepower, so a little bit more horsepower, and then 570 pound-feet of torque, so quite a bit more torque. Fuel economy on this is 23 around town and then 23 on the highway. Now, something to note is that you can get the same powertrain options in both of the trucks. So like if you want a 5.0 V8, you can get it in the XLT or the Lariat. If you want the 3.5, if you want the Power Boost, so on and so forth. And so both trucks have tons of powertrain options available that are identical to each other, depending on how much money you want to spend or don't want to spend. Now, before we go over the front ends, I do want to mention, if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. Now, I purposefully picked both of these trucks because this XLT is a loaded up XLT and that Lariat is more of like a baseline Lariat. And so a lot of the options on these trucks are very similar. Now, this XLT has the black appearance package, so it has this cool sport hood, but notice how they have the same exact style of headlights. You can get upgraded headlights in the Lariat if you want, but again, this is more of a baseline. Now, this Lariat has the sport package, so that's why the bumpers are body painted. And then obviously with the black appearance, it makes the bumpers body painted with the XLT. But notice you got like the darker Ford logo there, whereas you have the more standard Ford logo on the Lariat. And so, you know, to the average Joe, with how these trucks are equipped, they look the same pretty much. Now, when it comes to tire and wheel setup with the XLT, it's 275, 60, 20 in the front and in the rear. And then with the Lariat, it's 275, 65, 18 in the front and in the rear. So a little bit more sidewall, slightly smaller wheel with the Lariat, and then obviously bigger wheel here with the XLT with the black appearance package. Notice both of them have the exact same fixed side steps. And then you got your Lariat F-150 badge, and then we've got our blacked out XLT badge, which is pretty cool looking. And then notice with the XLT, the mirror is just plasticky, whereas in the Lariat, it's actually painted, which is pretty cool. Door handles painted on both of them. And then if we pop here to the back, notice with the XLT, it says 4x4 here with the decal, whereas in the Lariat, FX4 off-road. And then actually looking at the suspension, you guys can see that, I mean, it's all the same. So here are the key fobs for both of the trucks. You guys can see functionality is the same with the lock, unlock, remote start, tailgate drop, and all that. So we're actually gonna drop down both of those tailgates. Bada bing, bada boom. Now, something that's interesting to note, this Lariat has a payload capacity of 1,711 pounds, whereas the XLT has a payload capacity of 1,669. A big part of that is the Power Boost powertrain weighs more than the regular EcoBoost. You're gonna lose payload. Anyways, they have the exact same bed setup pretty much. So you guys can see, like with the outlet, LED lights and all that. And then notice like the measuring chart, we got the Ford bed step. But with the Lariat, automatically raises up. Now, I shouldn't say they have the exact same setup. This has the Pro Power on board because it has the Power Boost. So a little bit more power going to the outlet. Now, you'll notice nothing happens because I have to lift up the tailgate myself. Notice how like F-150 is darker there, which is pretty cool. And then look at the taillight difference. You got the LEDs there on the Lariat, so that's another key difference. Bumpers are body painted with both of them. And then when it comes to towing capacity with the trucks, if they both have the max trailing package, you're going to be around the same amount. It's like in that 12-ish thousand pound range. And then also, notice with the Lariat, exhaust tip pokes out the side, whereas with the XLT, you got the dual out the back. And then popping inside, this Lariat has probably my favorite Lariat interior because you've got like the brown here at the top of the black down below, which looks really cool. But look at these seats. You got these nice leather seats. They're perforated in the center, and then look at like a little accent there on the side. And you got some under seat storage as well. And then you guys can see here with the vents, charging ports, all that. Now I'm not going to pop in because they both are Super Cruise, so they're going to have the same amount of space in the back. Also, Bang & Olufsen sound system, remember that. Now popping over to the XLT, Notice that, you know, doesn't look as like luxury like on the door panel, but this one actually has leather seats. XLT normally comes with cloth. This one has the upgraded seats, and then you guys can see with the vents and all that, that is all the same. But I will say the seats don't look quite as fancy. And then popping over to the front of the Lariat, first off with the door panel, look how nice that is. All of our window controls, mirror adjustments, memory seat functionality, blind spot monitoring with the mirror. And then you can see here with the front seat, notice perforated all down the center portion. Got your power adjustments right there. Pedal adjustment, light control, all that. And pop in here. Ooh. So going over some of the features here, you've got like controls for center stack here on the steering wheel, your cruise control, voice command controls, volume controls, all of that fun stuff. And then this is the big thing with the Lariat, full digital gauge cluster here. So like when I change the drive modes, it gives us really cool animation in the center, which definitely adds to the fun. And there's tons of different drive modes for both on-road and off-road use, and also inclement weather, all of that. And then we got this for the camera system if you want to turn that on. Notice this has a full 360 system, so if I put it in reverse too, it'll also pop on as well. It also has hill descent control because of that FX4 off-road package. 12-inch display, so it has a shortcut bar here at the bottom, and then you also have this auxiliary screen, which response time with that is fantastic. Notice trailer brake controls integrated, and then this is important with a driveline select. We have 4-wheel high, 4-wheel auto, 4-wheel low, 2-wheel high, locker in the rear, and then you've got dual zone climate controls with heated and ventilated seats, and then you can see this little really slow thing that covers up this little storage area. And then you got the fold down shifter. We've got some cup holders, and then this has just the regular center console. Again, like that two-tone appearance. And then you got like the double glove box, and then look at like the material use on the dash. Some nice padding here. Power sliding window for the rear, if you guys are wondering, as well. But let's compare that to the XLT. So popping over to the front of this XLT, you can see same thing here. So not as like, I guess, exciting as the Lariat. Automatic windows, you get your mirror controls, no memory seats or anything like that. And then also look at that trim piece, interesting. But do have blind spot monitoring with the mirror. And then here's the front seat, as you can see there. No pedal adjustment like the Lariat. And then turning this on. Ooh. So notice that we don't have a full digital gauge cluster with this. Steering wheel controls, though, however, are the same. So that's the biggest difference, though, is going to be this portion. So like when I change the drive modes, notice different animation. Doesn't have the cool F-150 animation because it's just the smaller gauge cluster. And then also with the camera system, this just has a regular backup camera. We don't have like the full 360 system with it. Still have the 12-inch display, though, which is nice. And then popping down below, notice we don't have 4-wheel auto with the XLT. Still have dual zone climate, no air conditioned seats, however. And then you guys can see full down shifter. This one also has the regular center console, so just pops up like that. Still have the double glove box, but notice the dash material isn't as nice. And also the rear glass is fixed in this truck. No power sliding window. Now, when it comes to pricing with both of these trucks, the XLT stickers, that one, for about $64,000, and then the Lariat, that one, stickers for about $67,000. So with this particular mashup, we have to pick a winner, and although I love how this package looks on the XLT, the black appearance package is just so fantastic, I'm actually going to choose the Lariat as the winner. I feel like it's a better value overall. Yes, it is more expensive than the XLT, but the regular EcoBoost powertrain, I feel like, is more than adequate, and especially, you know, considering you lose a little bit of payload if you go for the power boost, I think regular EcoBoost is a powertrain to go for, in my opinion. And then you just get so many more features with this. Full digital gauge cluster, which some of you might not care about, but I think a lot of you will care about having a power sliding rear window, air conditioned seats, that's also nice. And then the interior on the Lariat is also just quite a bit more premium feeling compared to the XLT interior, with just all of the material use and everything that you have there. So that's my pick. Let me know which truck you guys would pick out of this, but yeah, Lariat with the Sport package and FX4 is winning the day. And also the 4-wheel drive system, that's also something that's very important to mention. Like, the 4-wheel drive system in the Lariat with the 4-wheel auto and everything, significantly better from like a practicality use compared to just the regular system you have in the XLT. Ford really needs to offer the 4-wheel drive system from the Lariat. Ford really needs to offer the 4-wheel drive system from the Lariat in the XLT. I think that's something that definitely needs to happen. Anyways, a huge shout out and thank you to the Kangar Ford here in American Fork, Utah for giving me some time with both of these trucks. Check out the M-Tron description down below. That's a lot of exhaust. As for Kellen, if you have any questions, I'll see ya.